Happy holiday season, everyone. I am sitting on the floor and we're looking into my main Indian blue bin. They're not in the basement right now. My basement is too cold, so I brought them up here, and because they're up here, I'm holding my phone. My tripod is set up downstairs in the basement over the urban worm bag, so I apologize in advance if there's shakiness or unsteadiness to this video. There's two bins I want to check in on today, this one and the wild wiggler bin, and these are what I'm going to refer to as assumption videos. I formed a couple of assumptions based on what I have come to know as the feeding and living habits of the two types of worms we're going to look at. And the first assumption in this bin is that almost the entire bin is going to be in one ball over right down here at the edge of it. I put in 2 days ago a slice of Tondo Discursi. Yep, Tondo Discursi squash. And if you're unfamiliar with that, you can go on Baker Creek. It is the original heirloom variety of what's known as the 8-ball squash. And it was from my garden. It was icky. I had it sitting outside forever. It was more than ripe, so without further delay, I'm gonna shove my grubby little hands in here. Let me take off the top. Now, I put a layer of leaves on top yesterday just to kind of keep the light off this bin, because it's right under a window, although right now I have a bright lamp on because it's a stormy, dark day outside. Now, well, before I dig into this spot, let's just peek a little bit around the rest of the bin so that I can show you what there isn't. And just a little bit of peeks. Let me move this light up a little bit. I'm getting blinding myself. Now down this end of the bin, this I won't be digging up. This is my overwintering nursery for a couple plants, and you can see there's little green shoots coming. There's 2 lemon verbena plants in here, and also this one has little green shoots coming. And this is a cutting off my variegated lemon tree. I just clipped it 2 days ago, and I'm rooting it in here. So I'm not going to dig that up because I've disturbed the roots too many times on that. Okay, so I'm going to move this stuff aside. You might see a couple worms near the top, but it's not going to be anything magnificent. There's a few worms around. Now, there are a limited number of red wigglers in here. Not very many. This is not my prime selection of Indian blues, which are actually upstairs in the my spare bedroom that's on the 3rd floor. Well, I guess it's 2nd floor. We're not counting the basement. So those are the ones that you're going to see right under the leaves, because, as you know, red wigglers don't go deep. So we're not seeing a whole ton of worms right here or anywhere around here. Now let me zoom the camera in a little bit. Okay, I'm trying to zoom the camera in. There we go. Wonder if it's better with the flash off. Okay. So, I'm going to start digging to where I put the food yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. That's right. There should be a worm ball moment. Okay, I'm seeing the outskirts of the squash. There's a couple of avocado pits. This nasty looking thing is I brought in from outside yesterday a comfrey root, and I know the red wigglers Love going inside these, and look at overnight I had some growth. This was actually sitting in my compost pile, but comfrey will grow. You could watch it grow. Even though some of it started to decompose. Oh, that's a worm's dream right there. I'm kind of excavating around it. Oh, now I had cut it into a slice. And it looks like the outer skin has already come off. I hope I'm not too late. I'm hoping they didn't devour the whole darn thing overnight. Because look at, here's the outer skin from the slice. I cut it into slices to share a little with each bin. And you could see, boy, they're already picking this outer skin clean. Geez, these guys are, I'll be nice, they're ravenous. Okay, starting to see signs of worm life. And what I'm going to have to do is just pick this up and say, yep, that's where the squash was. I don't see any of it. It was, well, you can see the diameter. If I put these pieces back together, which of course now I can't do, but it was, I don't know, 6-inch diameter, and it was about a 4-inch wide piece of squash. And it had not, well, I didn't freeze it in the freezer. I suppose it did freeze a couple of times outside, but it was thawed when I put it in here, which was only yesterday. These guys are little monsters. Their appetites are monstrous. Well then, they're like ooey gooey goodness. Let's keep digging and see. Yep, so assumption number 1, correct. They ate the entire piece of squash in one night. Or I guess it's been about 24 hours. Yeah, they're all, the ones that missed out are just hanging out underneath of where it was. Like, where did it go? We didn't get a chance. And unfortunately, I cut it up and fed a piece to all my worms. Well, most. It wasn't enough for all. That's the inside of a mango shell. I forget the scientific name for this. It's not pit. It starts with a C. I just can't remember what it is. We'll just go with pit for simple. Yep, so they devoured the squash overnight and left just the stinking skin. Okay, so that assumption has been confirmed. Let me see if I can show you the worms. Got a little on-screen worm action here. Some squirming wormins. Actually, they're probably not squirming. They're probably like me after eating Thanksgiving. Oh, I can't move. I ate too much. And I shouldn't have eaten an entire squash overnight. Or a squash slice. So other than that, the bin is doing really, really well. A lot of leaves in here to support the few wigglers that are in here. You can always find them easily because if you brush the leaves aside, the wigglers are on the top. If you dig down deep, the Indian blues are on the bottom. So, this is what that mango seed came out of. I left it in here. It still has a little bit of interest, I guess. Not very much. Okay, so this is that comfrey root that is already decomposing, and you can see there's a red wiggler in it. They love decomposing things, which actually is about to go into my second assumption. So what I'm going to do is pause you and go over to the next bin. Real quick, I just want to show you what I picked up outside on my front porch. Look at this disgusting moldy. Oh, look, it's still got the candle in it. I think I'll take that out. This was a jack-o'-lantern, and this is what I'm going to bury right here, right now. So, Gizmo, can you move your head, please? Thank you. So, I think we'll be looking for a worm ball video tomorrow. Bye, guys.